All right, Quadruple C here, coming with another episode of the Sibling Rivalry MMA Podcast. First of all, I talked to my grandma today, and she said she's been listening to this, and she is appalled by our
Really?
language.
Well, grandma.
Judy. I think they both listened to it. I'm sure neither of them are very proud, but she wasn't mad. But, she wasn't happy. So, sorry, Grandma.
Shout out grandmas.
Yeah, both of you. All right, so where do you want to start today? There were some fights last weekend. Zabit and Qatar. Greg Hardy didn't get knocked out, so I lost $20. What you got?
Greg Hardy's not really that bad,
He doesn't look very good.
but yeah, Volkov didn't really do anything.
He's played it safe.
Yeah, I think Greg Hardy's gonna be really good though. Honestly,
I hope not.
he probably will be. He's just like natural. He's just a natural athlete. Like he was a all-pro NFL player. Like not just Pro Bowl, which is incredible, all-pro, which is like that. I mean, that's the top of the top, the best players, and he was that early in his career. So like he's one of the best athletes in the world, basically.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I mean, he's gonna be able to figure it out.
He looked pretty sloppy. He got hit. He took some big shots. If somebody really wanted to try to finish him, that was high level, they probably could. Volkov played it safe and he just picked him apart. I mean,
I don't think Volkov. After watching that, Volkov will never be like a top 3 guy. He leaves his hands down, his chin completely out. I feel like any really good striker is gonna catch him and knock him out.
he also probably felt safe though.
I feel like he fought scared.
No, he did. He felt safe. I wouldn't say scared, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'm pissed. I wish Hardy would have got knocked out, just like everybody else. But whatever. Then Qatar and Zabit.
Zabit is really, really good, but I think he'll struggle in 5-round fights. Qatar, I think Qatar can be one of the best guys. He has really good boxing, and he was throwing heavy. Zabit's just really hard to land on. He moves really well, and he's really long, and just like has has so many different things that he's good at. Like he's not afraid to stand in there and go to war in the pocket, but he's best on the outside, picking you apart with weird shit. And he hit one of those trips where he just kind of clubs the head and goes back trip. He hit one of those. He's like the only guy that does that.
Yeah.
I think he'll be he's still really good and he's young, but I see him struggling. Like if he fought Max, I think Max would probably fuck him up, especially in a 5-round fight.
Yeah.
Before I didn't think that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people online complaining about the 5-round fight thing. Like they didn't know that it was going to be 3 rounds going into it. But whatever, yeah.
I wasn't too into this card. Like I don't really have a lot to say about it. I didn't really care too much about it.
Yeah. I mean,
I won Jacob a lot of money again. If you guys want some parlays, DM us, and I'll give them to you. I gave our friend Jacob, a 6-fight parlay for UFC 244. Put $16 on it, won $850. And then this weekend I gave him a 6-fight parlay. He put $10 on it and won $300, I think. So I don't look at the things and plan out parlays and stuff to give to you guys. He just gives me his phone, and I just pick some fights and give it back. So
yeah.
If you guys want him, I'm gonna do that for him, and I'll just screenshot it and send it to whoever wants it.
Well, I post my parlays on our Twitter anyway, but
Yeah, those are his. You want mine?
well, I
winner.
asked you for yours. You didn't.
$1,200 winner in the last 2 weeks.
Well, how much have you won?
I don't bet.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't really pay too much attention. There were some good knockouts and all that, but talk about Nick Diaz. Everybody, all these the first thing when I googled UFC today, that showed up was Nick Diaz eyes 2020 return against Jorge Masvidal. What the fuck are you talking about, ESPN? That's not really what I got out of that. What I got out of that is Nick Diaz probably shouldn't be fighting anymore, and I hope that he is okay.
Yeah, Nick Diaz was one of my favorite fighters growing up. Both the Diaz brothers. But Nick was always, I liked Nick more than Nate. Nick was the guy. And his interviews forever have been pretty odd. He's not very good at talking. I saw a tweet today. It was something you can tell in Nick Diaz's head that he has a lot of genius and really smart things inside his head, but then it just goes through a wood chipper coming out of his mouth. But I mean that wasn't even it today. It was he was making no sense. He usually rambles, but this was really bad. Ariel would ask him one question, and then Nick would go and talk for like an hour about a million different things.
That's his norm, though.
This was so much worse, though.
I agree.
Something about this one, like he sounded drunk, like punch drunk and normal drunk. Like he was slurring words worse than usual. He was like, his tone of voice was odd. I don't want to see him fighting at all. I don't want to see him doing interviews. I'm kind of mad that ESPN aired that. They're going to get a lot of views, but that, like, in other sports, I would see them airing that, but MMA is supposed to be I feel like a little bit more respectful and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, everyone talks shit and stuff, but it's very respectful actually inside the game, and I don't think any fighter, even people who hated Nick, George St. Pierre, Connor, guys like that, would not have wanted to see that aired. That just made him look really bad.
Yeah.
And if the UFC puts him in a fight, I won't be happy.
Yeah, I've got a few things really about that. Like you said, he always kind of sounds a little weird, but there was definitely something different about this one. If you've been following him on any social media the last few years, he's always, partying and stuff, which whatever, good for him. But this seemed like something was different. He used to not drink at all or do anything he'd smoke obviously always, but he used to not drink at all. And then I remember a few years ago, it was him hanging out around her house. She's like, "Hey, have a drink," and he was like, "Oh, okay." And then I guess that, I don't know, maybe that set it off or something. I don't know. But I like Nick Diaz a lot. It sucked to see that. And people were complaining. I guess there's another hour that wasn't aired. You could tell it was edited a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess there's another hour that didn't air. And people were like, "Why don't you give us the rest of it?" I'm like, "Dude, do you really want it? If that's what they kept in, I mean, I can't imagine what the hour they cut out was." I don't think he should be fighting. It didn't seem like he even wanted to fight. And every time he would say stuff like that, Ariel Helwani would just keep asking him, "So are you going to come back? When do you want to come back?" Just pushing it. And I wanted to be like, where I come from, people like that get slapped.
Yeah,
that's a Nick Diaz quote. They don't do that where I come from.
I used to love listening to Nick interviews because they'd be funny, and he would actually say he really would say some smart things where he knows what he's talking about. He just can't get it across because he has social anxiety and stuff like that. But the whole time I was watching it, I was just waiting for it to be over. I was not enjoying it at all.
Yeah.
And he would do things where he would flip questions. Ariel asked him something about if he was happy that Nate was getting this push and stuff, and he was like, "It's funny because people you're asking are you happy that Nate has everything you ever wanted and you have nothing?" And Ariel was like, "I'm not saying that." And Nick would rant and be like, "No, I'm saying that, and you're saying that. That's what you're asking, right?" And it seemed you said this to me earlier too, but I thought this too. He was kind of jealous of Nate, and he was talking about the BMF belt and was kind of degrading Nate. It seemed like maybe he wasn't, but it seemed like it because he was like, "You fought my baby brother. That's my belt." Stuff like that.
There definitely was some weird energy there talking about the brother, because I wouldn't talk like that about him if he did something like that. So I mean, you could definitely tell there's some jealousy there, which there really shouldn't be. I mean, Nick did a lot of great things in the sport, and he's saying he has nothing. I mean, I don't know, maybe he wants the family and all that, but as far as he's got the Nick Diaz Academy.
Nick did more than Nate in MMA. Nick was a champ. He fought better guys.
He fought Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, and BJ Penn.
Carlos Condit when he was the man. He had the Strikeforce belt.
WEC.
Everybody. Nick was a better fighter than Nate. I don't think anybody that really watched MMA would disagree with that. Nate's never been the guy. He fought for a belt once, but he still wasn't even the guy back then. Nick was the number one contender in the world for a long time. So
Nate probably made more. Well, Nate definitely made more money, these last few fights. But
Nick was having $1 million fights though. Definitely the GSP fight.
I don't know how much he made on that. I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, probably not $1 million.
Both of those guys are the only guys who have headlined pay-per-views and not been title fights recently.
Yeah.
Nick headlined a pay-per-view against Anderson. Wasn't for a belt. Nate's headlined 3 pay-per-views, not for belts. So I'm sure they both got paid.
Yeah, but in all the reality though, there's a lot of people making fun of him and stuff. But I don't think we should be making fun of him. I hope he's doing all right. But I'm also a big fan, so.
Yeah, and he's depressed. Ariel asked him if he was happy. He was like, it was the way he said it too. It legitimately made me sad. There's a clip of it. He was like, "No, no, I'm not happy. Like, I just watched my brother get kicked in the face, and I've had a hard week. Like, I've had a real rough week. Like, it was like a little kid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sad.
He was like, no. But then he followed it up with, I just watched my brother get hit in the face or whatever. I don't know if that was him trying to cover up what he was saying. I don't know. But who knows?
He was like, I've had a rough week.
It wasn't cool to watch. So it's like you got the new fans that don't know how he usually is, and they're just like, oh, whatever. And then you got people that have watched him before, and they think, oh, that's just old Nick. But there's definitely something different there. But we don't need to spend too much time on that. But yeah, I didn't like seeing it. I hope he doesn't have any fights coming up. This weekend we've got some fights. Nothing too exciting, to be honest. Blachowicz and Jacare. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool fight, I guess.
Blachowicz keeps fighting freaking middleweights.
Well, I mean, every division has changed now. Everybody's moving up, and I mean, all the lightweights moved to welterweight. Well, it's moved up. Welterweight's moved up. It's all a little different now. So
I don't even know why Jacare's moving up. I don't think he's that big of a middleweight.
He doesn't seem like, I don't know, he's a pretty big guy. He's not huge.
He's that big, but
we'll see how that goes. There's some other fights.
Shogun's fighting Paul Craig.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I don't care about that at all. Paul Craig's terrible.
I can't believe Shogun's still fighting.
Charles Oliveira's fighting some guy.
He's fighting Jared Gordon. I like him. He's a good fighter.
Yeah, I don't, man. It's back to these cards, man. We talked about it for a while ago. That's why we kind of stopped doing big prediction podcasts, because like nobody wants to hear about these fucking fights.
Yeah. Yeah. So if Big Shot MMA, this could be our week to lose if you're feeling crazy. Oh, we already know who we're playing this week, so never mind.
I don't know if we know. Big Shot hasn't announced it. We called people out. Who did we call out?
Deadbeat.
Deadbeat?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Deadbeat MMA is about to get beat dead.
I don't even
That's
know
some Tito Ortiz stuff right there. What I just said.
Yeah.
That's some horrible trash talk.
Yeah, you should leave the trash talking to me in the promo cuts.
I guess Just Bleed MMA just peed their pants and didn't show up.
This is what happens when we let Brennan cut promos. These are horrible.
Dude, those are good. That's some good wordplay right there.
Who are we playing again?
Deadbeat.
Deadbeat. I didn't even know we were playing you until literally just now.
You called them out. Now you're just lying.
I didn't know their name. I called them out because you said their name on the last one.
Mm-hmm.
You're ruining the promo.
No, I just want to keep it real.
Redo. Well, Deadbeat MMA. I guess we're playing you guys this week.
Sean Shark, you're dead.
Deadbeat, you're dead. I don't know. It's hard to cut promos anymore and really get excited for these things because, like...
It's just so easy.
It's so easy, sometimes they don't even show up. Most of the time.
A lot of times.
They don't show up. So hopefully Deadbeat's smarter than Just Bleed.
And they can figure out how to
Yeah,
work
and they
their
can
way
actually
through
freaking learn
the
how to run the app. But, yeah, Deadbeat, I guess we picked you. I know we can fucking pick a fight better than you. Probably could pick anything better than you. Probably could go to a garden and pick a better flower than you could pick.
I can pick my nose so much better than you.
Probably could go to Blockbuster and pick a better movie than you could pick. Probably could go to a bar and pick a better girl to hit on than you.
I could pick a pair of pickled peepers.
In a fight, I would probably pick you apart.
Ankle pick you.
The ref would have to pick you up off of the ground, and you would have to pick my nuts off of your face.
Whoa.
So, yeah, we're going to pick these fights better than you.
See, hopefully Grandma will stop watching by now.
Grandma, if you're going to put any money down, pick us in Big Shot MMA.
I'll bet on us.
The line's probably freaking 400-1 favorites.
Also, just want to say, to Just Bleed, Fukuru, talking about my cheap belt here. I won this belt in a rap battle in a shared Uber one night. So this belt means a lot to me. So don't say that.
I've never listened to Just Bleed's podcast before in my life.
They're funny. They're really funny.
They've never listened to ours, and yeah, neither of us are very serious.
Yeah, no, we're just joking around.
Yeah,
but
we usually have good promos, but he ruined it.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to.
You wanted to ruin it?
Yeah,
it's like the highlight of the podcast.
You want to try again? You can do it. Hang on.
I don't want to do it again. Maybe I want you to do your own.
I think we're all right.
I look like Bane. Is there anything else to talk about?
There's nothing I want to talk about. This is a bad week for this.
Yeah. I didn't like this episode.
I think it's fine. Also, Jorge Masvidal. People are still complaining about him and Nate Diaz.
Masvidal's running that division, dude.
People are still complaining about Diaz not being able to fight those last 2 rounds.
He was beating his fucking face.
I can't believe it. Get over it.
Yeah. That, Masvidal's running that division. I saw a picture earlier. It was like, who do you want Masvidal to fight next? It was like Usman, Kamara, the Diaz brothers, Conor. Like, this dude is running, not the division, the whole UFC. Like, that's the guy people want to see fight right now. I feel like he's a guy now that they could fucking headline pay-per-views with.
Yeah.
So.
He should be getting a title fight next probably anyway.
Yeah. Fighter of the year, I've seen a lot of people saying him. I mean, I could agree with that. It's probably him, Israel Adesanya, or Henry Cejudo.
So Henry Cejudo had 2 fights this year?
3.
What is the...
TJ
and Mraz.
Yeah, I guess Mighty Mouse was.
Yeah, I don't think that counts for this year.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'd probably give it to Masvidal. Finished Diaz, Askren, and Till.
Yeah, he could.
That's a fucking
So who
resume.
did Adesanya? I mean, obviously Adesanya won the belt.
He beat Whitaker and Gastelum.
He had another fight too, didn't he?
No, he fought Silva, but I don't think that was this year.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, no, I feel like he. I don't know. Either way, those 2 guys, yeah. Or Cejudo, but I don't really see anybody talking about Cejudo much.
Yeah, it's just because people don't like him. Not
Yeah.
because he's not the shit.
Yeah. You
All
good?
right.
I'm good.
Yeah, there's not really shit to talk about.
Yeah.
We should have done a drinking game, but Paul's not here.
I mean, I'm drinking.
I'm not drinking. I was drunk for like 3 days straight, and I don't want to drink. Also, the reason we're wearing like cold stuff,
It's snowing.
it's snowing out, and we do this in our garage. It's like it's cold.
And
Cold
I
blooded.
don't want to talk about the Dolphins.
Oh yeah, the freaking Dolphins beat the Colts.
That's so pathetic.
We did also check out Colts Corner. Our cousin runs it, and me and him did an episode in here over the weekend talking about how easy the Colts would probably beat the Dolphins. But
Yeah, you would think.
don't check that episode out, but go check them out.
Yeah, listen to the next one.
I think their Twitter's like Colts_Corner1. Shout out to Big Heads Media also. They put us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all that stuff. We put ourselves on YouTube.
Yeah, we do that all by ourselves.
Big Shot MMA, that's where we defend this belt right here. Yeah, we're playing Deadbeat
Deadbeat MMA.
Deadbeat MMA. Can't
Dead.
even remember these guys. I just don't care about who we face anymore because it's so damn easy.
It's so easy.
So yeah, hopefully next episode's better and we have some stuff to talk about, but probably not.
I think we did good with what we had to work with.
I think it sucked.
That's fine. You don't have to listen to it.
Peace.
Bye.